I took the supermarket flyers from the windowsill. I threw the day-old tea from the cup. Packed up the photo album Matthew had made, memories of a life that's been loved. Took the get-well-soon cars and stuffed animals, poured the old ginger beer down the sink. Dad always told me, don't you cry when you're down, but Mum, there's a tear every time that I blink. Oh, I'm in pieces, it's tearing me up, but I know a heart that's broke is a heart that's been loved. So I'll sing hallelujah. You were an angel in the shape of my mom. When I fell down, you'd be there holding me up. Spread your wings as you go. When God takes you back, He'll say hallelujah, you're home. I fluffed the pillows, made the bed, stacked the chairs up, folded your nightgowns neatly in a case. John said he'd drive, then put his hand on my cheek and wiped a tear from the side of my face. And I hope that I see the world as you did, 'cause I know a life with love is a life that's been lived. So I'll sing hallelujah. You were an angel in the shape of my mom. When I fell down, you'd be there holding me up. Spread your wings as you go. And when God takes you back, He'll say hallelujah, you're home. You got to see the person I have become. Spread your wings, and I know that when God took you back, He said, hallelujah, you're home.
In the quiet rhythm of early mornings, in the making of meals, in the mending, the stitching, the tending, her love took shape. It lived in small things done well, in hands that were never still, in a heart that never turned away. She loved one man faithfully from girlhood to her final days, a love that did not falter, did not fade, but simply endured. And around that love, she built a life, a home where no one went without, where laughter and food were always shared, and where every person mattered. She gave and gave and gave, and never asked for anything in return. Steady in love, steady in care, steady in all that truly matters. And in that quiet steadiness, she became everything. Good afternoon, everyone. We're here today for many reasons. We are here because we are grieving, because someone deeply loved is no longer with us in the way she once was. But we are also here with gratitude, grateful for the life we shared with Lorraine, grateful for the time we were given, and grateful for the love that she so freely gave to each of us. And we are here to honour and celebrate a woman who was in so many ways everything to everybody and who expected nothing in return. Lorraine Margaret Clear lived a life of quiet generosity, deep devotion, and unwavering love. She didn't seek recognition. She didn't need applause. Her life spoke through what she did, day in and day out, for the people she loved. Today, all emotions are welcome. If you feel sadness, that's okay. If you find yourself smiling at a memory, that's okay too. If laughter comes, let it come. If tears come, let them fall. Because all of it, every feeling we carry, is part of love. And today, above all else, is about love. The love Lorraine gave and the love that remains. On behalf of her family, David, Stephen and Jackie, Roger and Suzanne, Naomi and Belinda, and their families, I welcome you and thank you for being here in the chapel with them. I also welcome all those who are watching online, having been unable to join us. Your presence speaks of the many lives Lorraine touched and the love that still surrounds her. Today is not just a farewell. It is a celebration, a chance to remember, to smile, to share stories, and to honour a life that was deeply lived, deeply loved, and generously given. Lorraine was born on the 20th of December 1941 in Melbourne, the youngest of two children to Les and Thelma Richards, and she was the little sister to Dickie. When she was around 13 years of age, a family holiday brought them to Tasmania, and like so many, they fell in love with this place. The decision was made to stay, and Somerset became their home. The family bought a shop opposite the top pub, and life began to take shape here. Lorraine attended Burney Modern School, and after finishing, she worked in retail at Heathcote's and at Ambrose's. But the most important chapter of her life had already begun. She met Raymond, Ray as he was known to everyone at school. They were sweethearts, young, devoted, and certain. Ray was her first love and her only love. They married on the 15th of July 1961, beginning a partnership that would last a lifetime. Ray worked hard, driving trucks and bulldozers and running routes from Burney to the west coast, carting logs for the APPM. And every day, Lorraine was there beside him in her own way. She would rise with him in the early hours, make sure that he had breakfast, pack his lunch, and send him off with a kiss and a wave. It was a simple act, but it spoke volumes about who she was. Steady, devoted, loving. Their love story was not grand in show, but it was immense in truth. There's even a story, one the family has held on to with laughter, of Lorraine joining Ray on a truck run to Guildford before the children came along. There was a quick stop, a call of nature, and Lorraine squatting in the bush, and then a leech on her bottom, and a memory that has been retold for years with great affection and a fair bit of humour, which also gave Ray endless giggles. That was Lorraine's life too, real, grounded, and full of moments that became family legend. Not long after they married, their first son, David, arrived, and then the family grew. 4 children under 5, Stephen, Roger, Naomi, followed by 5 years before the youngest, Belinda, was born. Lorraine's world became her home, her husband, and her children. She worked from home, taking in ironing, doing clothing alterations, but more than that, she created a home that was full of life, warmth, and care. There was always food, always. No one ever left Lorraine's house hungry. Her cooking became part of family memory. Beautiful fruitcakes for weddings and anniversaries, biscuits at Christmas, and those signature boiled chocolate cakes that marked every birthday. Food wasn't just food, it was love made visible. She was incredibly talented, an exceptional cake decorator, a skilled seamstress, and a woman whose hands could turn almost anything into something beautiful. She drew, she painted, she knitted, crocheted, she worked in the garden. Everything she did well. And she wasted nothing. She saw value in everything. The family began in Cardigan Street in Somerset, but it was in Woodward Avenue, Hillcrest, that life truly unfolded. It was a corner house surrounded by life. Dozens of children, constant activity, cricket games in the street, trips to the Olympic pool. It was the kind of childhood people remember with a smile. And at the centre of it all was Lorraine. She was the mum who showed up to sport, to school, to life. She cut up oranges for the mini-league teams, supported basketball games, and made sure that her children knew that they were loved. Her children have said it simply and beautifully. She was the best mum they could have wished for. But her love didn't just stop at her children. When grandchildren began arriving in 1991, her heart simply grew larger. 9 grandchildren, Brodie, Dylan, Wade, Madeline, Shania, Alicia, Chelsea, Leighton, Madison, and Hayden, who all called her Nan. And later, 6 great-grandchildren, Hunter, Maya, Mateo, Xander, Harper, and Cleo, lovingly calling her Gran. Each one loved equally, without favour, without measure. She passed on not just care, but values, kindness, generosity, practical skills, and the importance of family. Her children and grandchildren carry pieces of her still, whether it's creativity, cooking, gardening, or simply the way they care for others. Lorraine loved people. Whether it was one visitor or a houseful, everyone was welcome. Everyone was treated like family. And there were pets, always pets. Fish, dogs, cats, birds, even a rooster named Jack. And rescued Joey, lovingly cared for in a pillowcase, who would hop back into the lounge room and jump into its safe place as if it belonged there. There were holidays too, simple, meaningful ones. For 30 years, the caravan at Port Sorel at the Moomba Caravan Park became a second home, a place of laughter, friendships and community. Ray's handmade signs, street signs, Stubby Lane and Cockroach Corner, set the tone for good times and great memories. Lorraine enjoyed life in her own way, playing darts with her mum and brother, listening to the radio, which was always on 7BU, and simply being with people. She didn't need much, just her family, her home, and anyone that came around her. In 2019, Lorraine and Ray moved into Eliza Purton nursing home. It wasn't easy, especially for Lorraine. Leaving her garden was one of the hardest things she had ever had to do. She had poured herself into it, mowing lawns, tending roses, growing vegetables and raspberries. That garden was part of her. It was her pride and joy. But even then, she adapted. She joined in, connected, and remained herself as much as she could, despite her previous diagnosis of dementia. And just as she had always done, she carried on with quiet strength. Just recently, her health declined quickly with infection and pneumonia, and her passing came sooner than expected. Lorraine has been described as loving, nurturing, and selfless. A woman who gave everything to those she loved. A woman who turned no one away. A woman who lived simply but deeply. A woman who will never be forgotten. One of the most beautiful measures of a life is not just what we say about someone, but what continues through the generations that follow them. As I said earlier, Lorraine's love did not stop with her own children. It grew and grew again through her grandchildren and then her great-grandchildren. Each one held in the same steady care, the same gentle guidance, the same unwavering love. And so just now we're going to hear from a couple of the granddaughters. They knew her not just as Nan, they knew her as much more. Their memories may be simple, they may be funny, they may be deeply heartfelt, but each one is a reflection of Lorraine, of who she was and the imprint she's left on their lives. As they come forward, we listen with open hearts, knowing that in their words we will hear Lorraine's legacy continuing to live and breathe. I invite granddaughters Chelsea and Shania to come forward.
Today we say goodbye to our beautiful Nan. Where do you find a lifetime of words to someone that has given a lifetime of love, comfort and laughter? Nan was the heart of our family. Nothing made her happier than talking about her children, her grandchildren. She was so proud of us all. More recently, she has been a devoted gran and old Nan to our children, who she absolutely adored and they adored her. She was always ready to show them off to anyone nearby. You could see it on her face, pure love every time. There are so many memories of our Nan, and it's the little ones that stay with us the most. Nan gave us so much, not just in the big moments, but in all the quiet, everyday ones that meant everything to us. After school, we always knew where to find her, waiting at the bench with a Milo, milk and ice cream, our favourite drink and our favourite biscuits, letting us double dip our biscuits into her coffee or turning a blind eye when we might have snuck an extra treat or two. Memories with you were in the kitchen cooking, baking, especially at Christmas, always making sure every birthday we had one of your chocolate cakes. Your chocolate cakes, the best one anyone has ever had, tasting like comfort and love. I made the mistake once saying we had run out of sugar at home, and from that day on, Nan made sure we would never again, saving all her unused sugar packets in napkins, like it was her personal mission because there was just so many hidden in a room. We remember following you through the garden as you potted and picked raspberries along the back fence, trimming roses around each arch, learning without even realising what it felt like, an endless source of knowledge of everything that grows. Even the day we moved into Belton Street, you took one look at the rose bush out the front and said that needed trimming straight away. When we didn't have the tools, you joked and said you should have brought us cutters instead of a slow cooker. And let's just say she was not impressed. You let us play dress-ups in your heels and your dresses, helped us with your crossword puzzles, word searches, sat with us midway through midday movies, and always had time for us. There were weekends and holidays at the caravan park in Port Sorell, and I think we can all say this is our favourite memories growing up as kids. Long days, riding bikes, playing Nintendo, and the metal slide that always was too hot and burnt your ass. That's not even a joke. Meanwhile, you and Pop would be sitting with friends, chatting, laughing, creating the feeling of home that followed you everywhere. You made every place feel like home, wherever you were. You had your opinions too, especially when the footy was on. Always ready for a comment if Eston kicked the wrong way, and gosh, the words used. Maybe just a little bit cheekier when St Kilda didn't win. This was the day to be around Nan and Pop together. The banter was so funny to listen to, and you would always end up in a laughing fit. She would always let us feed Zach and Sam once we were old enough. She seemed to have stopped watching, and just at the right moments, which meant we could feed them an extra couple of biggies. You were always there for the moments that mattered most, showing up with so much love when you and Pop come to meet the newest members of the family as soon as you possibly could. We carry you with us in every garden we walk through, every story we tell, every laughter we share, every Milo at the bench, every chocolate cake we try to recreate these special memories with you forever. We cherish them in our hearts. We hope that you loved growing old with us as much as we loved growing up with you. And we can't help but smile imagining her now reunited with Pop, and we know she would already be giving him a lecture for leaving her with nothing, and probably reminding him how he gambled everything away and left her and ran off. And just like he'd be sitting there saying, "Yes, dear," finally reunited together.
You baked the best chocolate cake, the kind that tasted like comfort and love. You let us sneak into the lolly jar. You always stocked with everyone's favourites. You grew roses, fruits and birds with the same patient hands that held ours. You let us play dress up in your heels and dresses, letting us step into joy long before we knew and understood it. We carry you now in every sweet memory, every garden path and every story shared with love. Thank you, Nan, for everything.
Well done, girls. Let the tears fall. I have a tribute that has been written by daughter Belinda on behalf of all of Lorraine's 5 children, and I'm very honoured to read it on her behalf. Belinda has written, "Our mum. Not everyone is blessed with a mum like ours. I hope that I can speak for us all. Our family, David, Stephen, Roger, Naomi and I, were 5 of the luckiest kids I know. We were loved and supported by our mum in so many ways you couldn't possibly list them all. Mum was there every day, even in adulthood, when we became partners, husbands, wives, mums, dads. Our mum and dad were both there with their proud faces, looking on, encouraging us. We knew their support was there, and it made us stronger. Mum welcomed our partners into our family with open arms. When she became a nan, well, the smile from ear to ear said it all. She just beamed. Our friends were family. We all had long-term friends, and Mum loved them just like her own. No words can ever thank Mum for all she did for us. Her love was unconditional. A hug, a kiss, a smile was all that was needed. Rest now, our beloved Mum. You are where you should be, back with your beloved Ray, our dad. You will be missed but always treasured. All our precious memories are locked safely in our hearts. Fly high, Mum. All our love, David, Stephen, Jackie deceased, Roger, Suzanne, Naomi and Belinda. Your love will be with us always." A beautiful tribute. Thank you, Belinda. Was there anyone else that wanted to come forward this afternoon? I'm sure there'll be lots of memories spoken about later this afternoon. So in a moment, we're going to take some time to reflect on Lorraine's life through photographs. These images tell a story that words alone never quite can tell. The story of a life lived in love, in family, and in quiet, beautiful moments. You'll see her as a young woman, as a wife deeply in love with Ray, as a mother, a nan, a gran, and in all the in-between moments that made her who she was. I know there's going to be smiles here, and there may be tears, perhaps even a laugh or two. But above all, this is a chance to remember, to see again the face, the warmth, and the life of a truly beautiful woman. As we watch, may we hold on to our own memories and give thanks for the privilege of having known and loved Lorraine.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. There's no way you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. All together. All you need is love. Everybody. love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you know these reckless thoughts of mine are following you. I'm falling for you, whatever you do. 'Cause baby, you've shown me so many things that I never knew. Whatever it takes, baby, I'll do it for you. Our love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. You were so young, oh, and I was so free. I may have been young, but baby, that's not what I wanted to be. Well, you were the one. Oh, why was it me? 'Cause baby, you showed me so many things that I'd never see. Whatever you need, baby, you got it for me. Our love is alive, and so we begin, foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Our love is a flame, burning within. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. Stumbling in. Stumbling in. Foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Ah, stumbling in. Stumbling in. Now and then, firelight will catch us, stumbling in. Oh, stumbling in. I'm stumbling in. Foolishly laying our hearts on the table, stumbling in. Oh, stumbling in. Ah, stumbling in. I'm stumbling in. We were stumbling in. Now and then, firelight will catch us.
So much love falling from those screens. Beautiful memories. So we now come to a quiet and tender moment in our farewell to Lorraine. In a moment, her family will come forward to place petals on her coffin. Simple gestures, but ones that carry deep love, gratitude, and goodbye. As they do this, you are invited to share in this time, not with words, but with reflection. You may wish to think of a memory, a moment you shared, something Lorraine said or did, or simply the way she made you feel. Perhaps it's the warmth of her home, the steadiness of her love, or the quiet way she was always there. This is a time to honour that in your own way. There's no right or wrong to feel in this moment. Just allow whatever comes to come. And as each petal is placed, may it represent not just farewell, but thank you. Thank you for a life so generously lived and a love that will remain with us always.
I can hear the words you speak when the west wind whispers. I can hear your voice ring clear in the evergreens. Am I who you thought I'd be? Am I what you pictured? Did you have me standing here in your wildest dreams? Oh, just like a memory, you never left me. You just left too soon. I'll save you a seat next to me. You're always at the table. Hope you're proud of what you see. Watching with the angels. You're written in my soul. It's your blood that I bleed. Wherever you are, wherever I'll be, I'll save you a seat. I feel you in the rain that falls, so I still get shivers. Running like a family car down on Corford Day. Did you find Mom up there? Tell me, are you with her? I wonder if the ones who go miss the ones who stay. Oh, just like a memory, you never left me. You just left too soon. I'll save you a seat next to me. You're always at the table. Hope you're proud of what you see. Watching with the angels. You're written in my soul. It's your blood that I bleed. Wherever you are, wherever I'll be, I'll save you a seat. Keep your room like nothing's changed. Tried to love, but it's not the same. Not damn near broke when I heard your name. You had to go, you couldn't stay. So I'll save you a seat next to me. You're always at the table. Hope you're proud of what you see. Watching with the angels. I can hear the words you speak when the west wind whispers. I can hear your voice ring clear in the evergreens. Am I who you thought I'd be? Am I what you pictured? Did you have me standing here in your wildest dreams? Oh,
Lorraine's life reminds us that success is not measured in grand achievements, but in the lives we shape, the love we give and the memories we leave behind. She loved her husband deeply. She was devoted to her children. She gave herself completely to her family, and in that, she was truly successful. Her legacy lives on in her children, her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, and in every lesson she quietly passed on. So the poem that was chosen by the family is particularly fitting. Feel no guilt in laughter. She knows how much you care. Feel no sorrow in a smile that she's not here to share. You cannot grieve forever. She would not want you to. She'd hope that you can carry on the way you always do. So talk about the good times and the way you showed you cared, the days you spent together, all the happiness you shared. Let memories surround you. A word someone may say will suddenly recapture a time, an hour, a day that brings her back as clearly as though she was still here, and fills you with the feeling that she is always near. For if you keep these moments, you will never be apart, and she will live forever, safely locked within your heart. And now we come to the moment of farewell. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please stand? This is never an easy moment because it asks of us something very hard: to let go, to say goodbye, to entrust someone so deeply loved into rest. Today, we farewell Lorraine Margaret Clear, a devoted wife now reunited with her beloved Ray, a loving and nurturing mother, a treasured nan and gran, a sister and a friend to so many. A woman whose life was not measured in grand words, but in quiet, constant acts of love and her beautiful smile. As we stand here, we acknowledge the depth of what she gave: the early mornings, the care, the meals prepared, the clothes mended, the cakes baked, the hands always busy, the heart always open. We acknowledge the home she created, a place of warmth, of laughter, of full tables and open doors, a place where everyone belonged. We acknowledge the love she carried for her family, steady, faithful, and enduring. And we acknowledge too the legacy she leaves behind in the lives she shaped, in the values she passed on, and in the memories that will continue to be told, shared, and treasured. Though her hands are now at rest, the work of her life continues in each person who carries her forward. So today, we do not simply say goodbye, we say thank you for her love, her care, her patience, and her strength. We say thank you for the life she lived and for the difference she made. And as we part from her, we hold on to this, that love like Lorraine's does not end here. It lives on in her children and all of her family, in the homes they create, in the care they give, and in the way they remember her. So now, with love, with gratitude, and with deep respect, we commend Lorraine Margaret Clear to her rest, reunited with her beloved Ray, at peace, and forever a part of all who knew and loved her. Go gently, Lorraine. You have done your life so very well.
I'll always remember the song they were playing the first time we danced, and I knew we swayed to the music and held to each other, I fell in love with you. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be my partner every night? When we're together, it feels so right. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? I'll always remember that magic moment when I held you close to me. As we moved together, I knew forever you're all I'll ever need. Could I have this dance for the rest of my life? Would you be